Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video you have the first part of my November unboxings. Now technically I don't think any of these books in this box are for November. They're my long-awaited Goldsboro books, including one special edition pre-order. Because I had an issue with my card being hacked and then not letting me know that I needed to update that, they didn't ship out for quite a while and it took a while to get here, but I successfully have my box. I did have to do some finagling to get it open already, but I haven't looked in it yet. So, like usual, well packed. I'm glad I know that there's more than one book in here because the size of that would make it quite the intimidating book. At the very least, saved on some of the bubble wrap. One thing to know is that they do come with the clear plastic coating that a lot of libraries use, a sleeve, you could say. I take those off, but I'm not going to do that in time for the video. First, we have the pre-order, The Ballad of Never After. I'm so excited. This is why I found out that my books hadn't been delivered, because I saw its release date and I don't have my pre-order, and then I investigated and found out why. But then we have, look at the sprayed edges. I know that my Once Upon a Broken Heart is not special edition or anything. I'm so excited about it. Oh, I didn't even look at the under the dust jacket. Look at that. Okay. So excited about that. Oh, didn't even realize that. It's signed. Okay, so I believe this is September and this is a YA sci-fi and we have Mindwalker. When I read about it, I'm like, oh, well that sounds intriguing. Not necessarily something I would go for. It is signed and numbered. I have number 642. The editing is just plain purple sprayed, and then under the dust jacket, I assume that corporation has something to do with, yeah, it's basically just sci-fi. And I don't think this would count as a space opera because I don't think space operas are my thing, but I am intrigued enough that I'm going to give it a try. And then we have one where I've heard of this author and wanted to try something by them, but I'm not 100% certain about this particular book because this is Silver Under Nightfall. I like this cover a lot better, the British cover, than the American cover. This is a vampire book. I'm not a huge vampire fan. It's never been the supernatural creature that I've been into. I am intrigued enough and I want to try Rin Chupeco's work. I am interested enough to read this book and I didn't skip the month. So we have the simple edging and then it is signed. I believe this is digitally signed. That does not look messy enough for, well, it says signed by the author. Maybe, I don't know. This is, now the numbers are actually printed in here. Wow. Number 1632 out of 2,000 numbered copies. And then this is fairly sedate for one of theirs, but I do like, this seems rather intense, and the quality of the book, I like the older style to the binding of, not the binding, the cover of the books. So there you have my Goldsboro SFF subscription books and starting off my November unboxings. And now I'm going to go take all of the library covers off of these. Next we have two more single book unboxings in the first half of my November unboxings, and I'm going to start with my comic subscription. Now yes, I have already opened the USPS package that's on the outside. We have this packaging inside. Once again, I did switch out the monthly pick that they had. I was really intrigued by it at first. I can't remember, but then they mentioned stuff that's like, it probably included graphic nudity. I'm like, not my thing. So I switched it out to the kids one that seemed really cute. And now that I see it in person, it definitely seems cute. Okay, so for a first, they actually have some other little materials in there that I believe probably go with the book. We've got a sticker, vinyl sticker, and a cute little button badge. I will probably keep the sticker, but I'm not sure about the button badge because I like enamel pins. But the book is Alcatoe and the Turnip Child. So I'm going to read the back of it. Alcatoe, the one witch of Plum Woods, is always ready to use her mischief and misguided magic. And when a group of children enlist her help to grow the biggest turnip ever and win the vegetable contest, she's more than happy to step in. But a lot can go wrong, even with a perfectly simple turnip enlarging spell, like sprouting a few arms and legs. So it's fairly small, but I think this is, I like the idea of this, and I liked it a lot better than the regular one. So this will be a fun one to get to probably. And then the reason why I put single in quotation marks is book of the month. So this is now my 4th box with book of the month. And after the 3rd one, you become not BFFs, but like friends. I forget what the tiers are, but basically you get the add-ons at the cheaper price. And so I got 2 add-ons. The book that I got for the month of November, now I wasn't extremely compelled by any of the books, but this one did compel me the most, and that is Someday Maybe. I want to expand the authors that I am choosing from, and this one, if I remember correctly, okay, so she is a Nigerian British. She was born in Nigeria and grew up in Glasgow. So I love that idea. This book is literary fiction, and okay, so this is what got me. Here are 3 things you should know about my husband. He was the great love of my life despite his penchant for going incommunicado. 2, he was, as far as I and everyone else could tell, perfectly happy, which is significant because 3, on New Year's Eve, he killed himself. And here's one thing you should know about me. 1, I found him. Bonus fact, no, I am not okay. I love the idea of the exploration of grief and trauma that this book is going to go through. And I realize when I say that I love it, I'm not meaning that I have a penchant for this, but I really appreciate stories that explore those deeper topics. So this is my pick for November from the November books. The first add-on that I got was one of the ones that I was deciding between before last month. And so the book of the month, under the dust cover, they have the month right here. The add-ons, I believe, just have the genre that they are. Oh, no, this one doesn't. Okay, so this one has the October 2022 on it. So I guess I don't understand how it works exactly. But the one that I was, actually there were 3 that I was deciding between in October. And this was the other one. This is Hester. And so this is a reimagining of the Scarlet Letter, but it's placing it a couple generations after the time of the Scarlet Letter with Nathaniel Hawthorne as one of the characters, and Hester is his muse. So I'll read the last bit in here. In this sensuous and hypnotizing tale inspired by the iconic heroine of the Scarlet Letter, a young immigrant woman grapples with the legacy of witchcraft and the horrors of slavery and learns that America's ideas of freedom and liberty often fall short of their promise. So I'm really intrigued by this because I think there's a little bit of magical realism in it, or at least allusions to it, which is why I was debating with this one, but I went with the Syrian story because, again, I want to expand my range of authors that I'm getting. And then the other one, this was from one of the months where I was thinking about getting it. It was the month right before. And it looks like if it was one of the monthly ones, they still have what was printed on there. I think with some of the ones that are just add-ons, they have the genre on it. But this was one that was in that month, which was July 2022. And I'm like, I'm not sure about any of these, so I'll wait, and because I started in August. But I've been hearing some really good things about it, and this book is one of the finalists for the book of the year. And because I haven't been a year, I won't get one of those for free, because that's one thing that happens when you've been a member for over a year. You get a free book on your birthday, which is a little awkward because my birthday's in July, which would mean I'd have to wait another year for it. But anyway, but you also get a free book that's one of the Book of the Year finalists, and that one is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. And I've just heard some really good things about it, and I wanted to give it a try. So there we go. There are my 3 Book of the Month books, current one, and my 2 add-ons. There were some other add-ons that I thought about getting, but now that I can get the add-ons for $10.99, I might just be getting 3 books with my Book of the Month box. Okay, so it looks like the Goldsboro box that I got a few days ago did not include the current month's book. So this must be the November box. All swaddled up. I don't have any clue or any memory of what the November book is. It has an interesting shape to it. Ooh, okay. So this looks like it's going to be sci-fi. I'm going to pause really quick and take off the library binding. Okay, this is definitely sci-fi first contact, but it includes an aspect that I really love and something that might just get me to like a sci-fi, and that's linguistics. So the main character is given a choice. He can either go to prison or he can be sent on this expedition to this long abandoned ship to study a dead language. For me, that's like buzzwords right there. Buzzword, I should say. And I'm really excited about that. I think this will be definitely intriguing to say the least. And so we've got sprayed edges, and I love how that looks like it's the clouds there. Got the coloring on the sides. I'll be back. The internet's back on. So I don't know how much of that sound you heard because the internet went out and then my grandpa went out to fix it and it came back on and started playing while I was still recording. But anyway, I love these sprayed edges. I think there's a little bit of an ombre, but like a change in the coloring. And we do have some embossing on the naked hardcover. This feels shorter and squattier than a lot of the books that I've gotten, especially from them. So if I hold it up to Rhythm of War, it is a little bit shorter, which is not what you expect, but this is a paperback. Let me see if I can find a traditional hardback. Okay, so I have Empire of Pain, and I'm holding it up next to it. Yes, it definitely seems shorter and more square, which intrigues me. So there we have what may likely wrap up my books for the first half of November. Be that as it may, I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. If you see me again, then I won't have this ending in. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.